B-More Ravens, and I'm back at you. What's up, everybody? Been an active hate week, really active, you know. This is probably my last hate week video of what has been many. I might do something Saturday night, Sunday morning, evening, I don't fucking know. But it's been pretty active. I got a lot of shit to do this weekend, so I won't be back on here unless somebody comes after me with personal shit, and I'll have to, you know, jump on here and defend my territory. So anyway, this has been a pretty rough hate week. I expect to be all smooth and quiet. But these Bengals fans, you know, a lot of them, typers and vid makers, are sticking up for their team, and I like to see that. I'll give you props. I've run into some real cool, legit, you know, great Bengals fans. I've run into some, you know, fucking assholes. I've run into some typers, and it's been all 50-50 all week long. But I give everybody, if you're a true Bengals fan, I give you props for standing up for your team, you know, because I didn't expect you to defend your team as well. I give you props for that. I'm not going to read out everybody's username. I can't remember on my head, so I got the links in the sidebar. Go check all those Bengals fans out because they're for real. I got in an argument with this guy called Hammer Warped. He's a typer guy. You know, I thought he was, you know, a disgusting fucking prick. I was pissed at him. But then, you know, we came to our senses. You know, hey, good team, good team. So we're all cool there. You know, he probably still hates my guts. I still hate his guts for the week. But, you know, everything's kind of quiet on the home front right now. You know, Bengals fans and Ravens fans are realize, you know, this is not going to be easy. It's not going to be a game where, you know, either team's going to hand, you know, the victory right over. You know, this is not going to happen. So let's get into it. First of all, like I said a couple weeks ago, when you came into Baltimore, you know, you played a fair game. You played a good football game. We played a poor football game, you know. And when you don't play good football for 4 quarters, you know, 60 minutes of football, you can't expect to win. You can't blame it on missed field goals. You can't blame it on drop passes. You can't blame it on penalties. You can't blame it because Joe Flacco couldn't get down the field. You find a way to get down the field, okay? You find a way to score points, okay? When there's a will, there's a way. And with the Ravens, there's always a way. You know, it depends on how they use it. So, like I say, I'm not going to sit here and say we handed you that football game, but we didn't play the way the Ravens should have played. Now, what I'm hearing from Ravens.com and Mike Duffy is that the Ravens got some more schemes. I don't know tricks, but I'm saying schemes coming out of this week after the Broncos. If they work, they turn out to be the same thing last week, even better. We'll win that football game. If we come out acting like we did for the past couple weeks, we're going to lose that football game, plain and simple. I got a bet with this boy, or this dude, Ghost Bengals 17, I think his username is, that if the Bengals lose, he will bow down. He'll take a shirt, write, you know, Ravens Rock or something on it, and bow down to Baltimore. If the Bengals win and the Ravens lose, I can't go out and buy myself a Cincinnati Bengals hat or shirt. I just don't have any money right now. I mean, I'm struggling to get it by while it is. So what I'm going to do is do the same thing. I might take this orange shirt I got, which is a second work shirt, go Bengals on it, or Bengals Rock, and I'm supposed to be writing a poem or something about how the Bengals are better than the Ravens or something like that. I got to read the message again. So, you know, you'll see me doing that, eating crow right after the game. I'm usually right on here because right after the football game, my boy leaves, or I leave his house, and I got a lot of shit to do, so I can't be hanging around for hours and uploading video. I just can't do that kind of shit. So anyway, it's going to be a good game. You know, I expect it to be a nice game. Hopefully, we get some action. It's not going to be you know, kind of a boring football game, but football's never boring. You know, I heard some people say that last week. It was a bad football game, a boring football game. Football's never boring. You know, we could sit there for all 4 quarters and not score a single point. And if our defense is playing good, you know, and really stopping their offense, and their offense is really stopping, their defense is really stopping our offense, then, you know, it's going to be a good football game. You know, if they're coming out and just fucking just ramming it straight up our rears, you know, and we're losing 20, 30 points, and I'm going to get really pissed. But I don't expect it to be like that. I expect it to be a close, good football game. And a lot of people think, Lord, a lot of people got kind of a misconception of what I really think about the fans of the Cincinnati Bengals. Let me tell you right now, 90% of Bengals fans that I ever met in my entire life, you know, and my entire life, I'm talking about probably since I was born in the hospital, you know, every single Bengals fan I ever met, most of them, if not all of them, are now or were bandwagon fans, you know. That's why I don't trust them. That's why I have a hard time trusting Cincinnati's fans. When it comes to, you know, sportsmanlike conduct, respect, you know, I have no problem with them, you know. I've met a lot of Bengals fans. I've been to Cincinnati before. It's a great fucking place. You know, we've played games. I've had good job. I've had, you know, white trash. I've had every kind of slur, good and bad. And they showed the respect, but they also showed pride for their team. But the ones I met, most of them, to not again all of them, around this area, around where I live, even in parts of Cincinnati, are true bandwagon fans. You can tell the way they act. You know, you might see them at the Ravens game one day, and you go up to Heinz Field and see them, you know, with a Steelers jersey on, and I've witnessed this too many times. That's why I don't trust them. Now, does that make all fans like that? No. There's a lot of fans out there that are legit. They're for real. I met a few this week. I'm guessing they're legit. And you know, some fans are good, some fans are bad. But my whole majority of what I think about them are on the negative side just because of what I've seen. The team, I'll give you props. You know, I'm not impressed. No, it's going to take a lot to impress me. Trust me. And you might look at the Ravens and say, I'm not impressed with the Ravens. Shit, I'm not even impressed with the Steelers right now. They got 6 Super Bowls. You know, rings, you know? So, you know, that's just how it is. I don't get impressed easily, you know? I gotta, you know, you gotta earn respect from me, and it's gonna take a lot to earn respect. It's gonna take a lot, you know? Like I said, I have no idea how you feel about the Ravens. Maybe, you know, we don't got respect from you. But that's not our problem. That's not my problem. I'm not here to respect the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm here to fight for our territory and keep this AFC North, you know, chase alive. Because if we win this game come Sunday, you know, and Pittsburgh winds up winning or losing, we're gonna be right back in the hunt. You know, 5-3, 5-3 with Cincinnati. You know, be great. But here's the catch. Here's the catch. If we lose this football game, and like I said with Denver last week, it wasn't an exception. There was no exception of losing. We had to win that game. Losing was not even an option last week. It kind of says the same for this week. And let me tell you why. If we lose this football game, when it comes to the end, Cincinnati will beat us no matter what in any tie-breaking situation. So if we win, at least we keep our chases alive. If we lose, you better hope to God Cincinnati loses every game from now on. That's all I got to say. I'm Joby, more Ravens Online. I'll see you all later again. I might be back. It all depends on what happens. If my work calls me up and says, Joe, we don't fucking need you, then I'll be back on here probably, you know, just trying to talk to some people. Most of my people are either in college right now or they work till 4 o'clock. So, you know, I really can't call them up. So I'm sitting around the house bored. My girl's up in Philadelphia for the weekend. No, she's not an Eagles fan. And guess what? I got a big surprise for you people. She will be on here probably come this Sunday or Monday. Probably come this Sunday or Monday, whenever she gets back. Because I know some people doubt me and said, so you got a girlfriend? Are you out your fucking mind? I'll show her to you. You know, I'm going to try to scrounge some pictures up around here somewhere. I'm Joby, more Ravens Online. I'm out. Live free, die trying, go Baltimore. Cincinnati, bring your A game.